What's up, guys? I'm Brandon Battick of Disturbing the Priest, and I probably have my most ambitious video here. I'm going to try to rank every single Metallica song. This is a little insane. This might be a little bit of a long one, but why not? I think this is going to be fun. No one is going to agree with me on this. I'm just going to say that it's not like I have crazy hot takes or whatever, but I know people get really opinionated when it comes to just album tier lists, so I would be surprised if at least one person agrees with whatever this list is going to turn into. I'm pretty familiar with all these songs, every single Metallica song. There's quite a lot. We're also going to touch the new album as well, because instead of just reviewing it, why not just make the most controversial video of all time. So yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. I love stuff like this. I want to do some more stuff like this. I actually already have a video where I rank every Ghost song, so if that wasn't controversial enough, then whatever. All right, let's get into this right now with the first Metallica song, Hit the Lights. Honestly, very solid A-tier song right here. Great way to kick off an album. Definitely not the best start of an album for Metallica, but pretty good, pretty memorable, high energy, just really awesome. There's not a ton to say about some of these songs, that they're just very solid, really good songs. Hit the Lights is great. Four Horsemen, or Mechanics, I would actually put that right over Hit the Lights. So I'm going to try to order them by song instead of by tier, which is going to be impossible. And I know at the end of this, I'm going to swap a million around, I bet, but why not? If we're doing this, might as well go all in. So the Four Horsemen above Hit the Lights in A tier. Now, Motor Breath is another great song. I think that's going right in A tier again. Kill 'Em All is just such a solid album. Very consistently good. Just riff heaven, amazing. Jump in the Fire. I'm going to actually put this in B tier. Still very solid song, but I don't think it holds up to these three right here. Now, Pulling Teeth, I think is pretty good. I'm actually going to put this in B tier. I don't think it's really anything special. Yeah, I do love Cliff. I think what Cliff does here is amazing and really awesome, but personally, compared to other Metallica songs, I don't think it holds up as much as people may say it does. Whiplash, I think, is an S tier song. Amazing song. Such a great anthem of the band. Just so amazing. I was lucky to see them play this live at Boston Calling. They actually opened the show with it, so pretty awesome. Phantom Lord is another one. I'm actually going to put an A. I know a lot of people actually rank this kind of low, but I just think the riff is so good. And if you're kind of on the fence about Phantom Lord, I would watch on YouTube. There's a video where Metallica plays the song with Dave Mustaine, and Dave plays the solos that were originally going to be in the song, and that was enough to convince me. But even the studio version, the riffs are just so good. I love the Phantom Lord riff. I totally believe this is an A tier song. All right, Phantom Lord. No Remorse. I'm actually going to put this right under Pulling Teeth. I think it's really good. I don't think it holds up to the rest of them, but just fun, quick song. I think it's this and Motor Breath, I think, are only 3 minutes or something. So something I wish the new Metallica album used more of. Just short and sweet, get to the point. We don't need those 11-minute songs, Jesus. Seek and Destroy, I'm going to put it right under Horseman. Very solid, very beginner Metallica song. Simple riff, really fun. Also, I just think compared to the Four Horsemen and Whiplash, come on, you know. Metal Militia, I'm actually gonna put right under No Remorse. I know people really love this one. I've also seen it get a lot of hate. I personally, it's the last song on the album, I believe, too. But personally, I don't think it holds up to the rest of the record. I still think it's great. Again, like B tier, very, very good song. But if we're gonna critique the whole album, so there we go. That is Kill 'Em All ranked, and that could be a video on its own. But no, we're gonna do every single album. God help me, Jesus. All right, Fight Fire with Fire. I remember the first time I listened to Ride the Lightning. It was actually a week after I got my license, and I remember it's like, all right, I got a car now. I don't have an aux. Let me get a CD. So I got Ride the Lightning. I knew most of the songs off it. I didn't know Fight Fire with Fire. I remember it was the first time I was driving in snow, and I was driving, and it was I put in the CD, and the acoustics to Fight Fire with Fire, like the acoustic intro is like, it seemed almost a little Christmassy at the time. Like, oh, this is a nice little Christmas driving song. That riff kicked in. I swear to God, I I leaned in on the gas a little much, and I took a turn, and my car didn't turn, and I slid into a rock wall. That is how good this song is. And that's a real story, by the way. S tier. S tier. I think it's Metallica's best opener. I think it's one of the greatest album openers ever, of any album ever. Just like punches you in the face, and you get thrown off with that acoustic intro, which is awesome too. And the lyrics, there's some bootlegs out there of them playing Fight Fire with Fire in, like, I believe, like, yeah, it was like 89. I think in 89 there's like a bootleg of it, and it's just they're playing it like double the speed. It's like, how do you, like, James is insane. But yeah, Fight Fire with Fire, very good. Ride the Lightning, I think, is a great title track, but I'm actually going to put it in C tier. I really don't think it holds up to anything off Kill 'Em All. Still a great track, still a really fun listen, but personally, I think it definitely deserves a spot in C tier. Now, For Whom the Bell Tolls right after that is totally an S tier song. One of the first Metallica songs I ever listened to, ever. Just a classic. You hear it at like every sports game. Just really good. There isn't a ton to say about it. Like, we can all agree it's like an S tier Metallica song. All right, A maybe, but For Whom the Bell Tolls, come on. You have to remember the first time you listen to this song, just slamming your head into a wall. So good. Fade to Black. I'm actually going to put that at A tier. Right between the Four Horsemen and Seek and Destroy. Yes, I'm going to try to... This is going to be hard. Like, trying to individually rank them all, you know, but... Fade to Black, I think it's really good. I think it's one of their best ballads ever. I know a lot of people were upset when this came out because, like, Metallica's going, you know, ballads now. All those thrash diehard fans, you know, but I love it. I think it's good. I think there's a great evolution throughout this whole song and a build-up. The songwriting is just very good. Very A tier, in my opinion. All right. Fade to Black is great. Trapped Under Ice. This is like a personal favorite Metallica song of mine. I love Trapped Under Ice. I don't think I've ever heard a version of this played live where it does justice to the studio version. Trapped Under Ice is an amazing, amazing song. Oh, jeez. I'll put it right under Seek and Destroy. Very, very good. Very, very good song. I just think, like, you know, maybe bias aside a little bit, just because how obsessed I am about the song right now, I think it definitely deserves a high A tier spot. Just the riff, The lyrics, everything about it, the energy is just all there. It's just there's nothing I would change about this song. But again, when you compare it to the Four Horsemen or Whiplash, it's like I don't feel like it compares. So Escape. Escape is the next song off Kill 'Em All. This is actually James Hetfield's personal least favorite Metallica song. I'm actually going to put this in... I'm going to put this in C tier, actually. It's, again, not terrible. It's kind of just... It's a filler. It isn't too crazy. I might move it down, if anything, later on this list. But, yeah, Escape, it's not bad. It never blew me away or anything. It's always on nice surprise when this comes on the record. It's like, oh, I forgot about Escape, I feel like there's not a lot of people who hate on this. So James thinks everyone does, but I don't know. I like it. Creeping Death. This is actually going to go top of A tier for good reason. And I can totally understand why you would think this would be S tier. Creeping Death is just unbelievably awesome. Just the die chanting, the riffs, again, like the songwriting, and just where the song takes you, the journey the song is so awesome. Again, just an amazing song. But again, like, I don't know, Fight Fire with Fire, For Whom the Bell Tolls, I think are just on another level personally. Cult of Cthulhu, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna put this right above Fate, actually. Probably, yeah, I'm going to say it, their best instrumental they've ever done. Just fantastic, perfect, amazing. Talk about a start to a song. And just the menacing energy and just how creepy the intro of the song is and how well it sets the mood and tone of the rest of the track. Call of Cthulhu. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right. There we go. This is Ride the Lightning and Kill 'Em All ranked. I'm not sure. I'll agree with this. I agree with this. Again, I think Kill 'Em All just has like a very consistently good track listing, but I do enjoy how much Ride the Lightning kind of experiments with different sounds and like more ballad-esque stuff. I definitely prefer Call of Cthulhu over Pulling Teeth, personally. Battery. Oh, jeez. Battery, I'm going to have to put right under Creeping Death. Almost an S tier song. Very good. I love everything about this. Seattle 89, that's all I'm going to say. If whatever happened in the Seattle 89 version, if whatever that was on the studio version, this would be an S tier song, but I think it fits an A tier, especially high A tier. I think it's a great opener as well. Great opener. Master of Puppets, like, come on. Do I even have to say anything about this song? Puppets. One of the greatest metal songs ever written, ever. One of the greatest metal songs of all time, personally. Classic riff. The Stranger Things song. All right. The thing that should not be the heaviest song Metallica ever wrote. One of the heaviest. Geez. I'm going to put it right after Seek and Destroy, actually. Very heavy. Maybe the heaviest song they ever wrote. Another song about Cthulhu, really good. Just awesome lyrics too. The S&M version is just awesome. That would be S tier, personally, but we're not ranking live albums here, only studio ones, so the thing that should not be A tier. Sanitarium, I'm going to put right before Trapped Under Ice, a classic here. A classic here. Very, very good. Awesome song. Blows me away, but not as much as anything after on this list. I think a good solid A tier song. Disposable Heroes. I'm just gonna have to put this in S tier. I'm sorry. The riff is just insane. The James is just so like talk about a good rhythm player. Amazing. Thrashy. Everything you want in a thrash metal song. Like the just so good. I'm trying not to fangirl too much about some of these songs, but the Disposable Heroes, come on. Amazing, amazing track. Very, honestly, I'll say it, very underrated. Messiah, another heavy song. I'm going to put it right before Trapped Under Ice and right after Sanitarium. Very good. Just heavy, awesome, great song. Orion, they actually opened with this song on the 72 Seasons tour. I think it's pretty good. I think it's really awesome. Oh, God. I'm actually going to put it. I'm going to do the same move. I'm sorry. I feel like these three songs are just so equally awesome. And yeah, I do think Seek and Destroy is better. Call it Cthulhu. But these three are just together, just so perfect. So awesome. Now, Damage Inc. is the final song off Master of Puppets. Personally, I'm not too crazy about this one. It's kind of just it's just so messy and crazy. I know a lot of people enjoy songs like these where it's just bouncing off the wall, wild. But I'm actually gonna put this after Escape personally, and I love this song. But again, it just doesn't really do it for me compared to the rest of the discography. Plus, the short and fast element of it, I just think is a little too crazy, and I wish it was a little more structured. But I also love this song. I'll jam out to it anytime it's on. I think it's a amazing Metallica song, but I think it's a C tier song. All right, here we are. We have Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Puppets. Next album is And Justice for All. Personally, my favorite Metallica album. I know that's controversial within itself, but I just think it's awesome. I love technical metal so much, and this is definitely Metallica's most proggy album. And come on, when you look at Damage in compared to Dyer's Eve. All right, Blackened. I'm gonna actually put right on top of A tier. I think is an awesome opener with the reverse little melody they do in the beginning of the song and the riff. The guitar tone, is so good. My favorite guitar tone on any Metallica album. And again, I'm not trying to judge these off of production or anything. That would just be crazy. I'm really just doing this based off of songwriting and the song itself. But I have to admit, the production on this record sucks horribly. And Justice for All, great title track. I'm actually going to put this right before Fade to Black. Very, very good. I'm going to sound like a broken record. I feel like I've said that too much at this point. But, yeah, good song. Eye the Beholder. This is another good one. I think it isn't really as memorable. I'm actually going to put it right before Metal Militia. Great song with a pretty good riff. I think it overstays its welcome a little bit, and I'm just not too crazy about it compared to the rest of the record, but still very pleasant surprise every time this album comes on while listening to the record. One, I think, is the greatest Metallica song they ever wrote. I know that might be a hot take, but I just think everything about this song is perfect. I think the energy is insane. The build up in this song, the release of energy, the solo, Kirk Hammett, like one of the best solos in their entire discography. One is just such an insanely good song. Very overlooked, honestly. When people think of like the best Metallica song, it's like, all right, Master of Puppets, or if it's just like some guy, some casual guy, it's like, all right, Enter Sandman, something off the Black Album. No, I feel like people don't really recognize one as Metallica's best song as much as they should. And I just think it's a great song, from the opener of the song to the ending. Just perfect. There isn't a ton to say about how good of a song this is. Oh my god. Also, they play this song at the Grammys, and it's just insane. I think seeing them play it at the Grammys in whatever year, I think it was the year the album came out, but Jesus, like, insane. They were on another level. The Shortest Straw, this is actually not about Cliff dying. I know that's a popular rumor. I'm pretty sure it's not, right? Very good. I'm actually going to put it right under Orion. Great song. Something nice to cushion these three songs together. But yeah, great riff. I'll take Call of Cthulhu and Four Horsemen over it. Battery, of course. Just a solid A-tier song, in my opinion. Harvester of Sorrow. This is actually going to go right before Creeping Death. Chuggy, heavy. You get that heaviness of The Thing That Should Not Be with some of the more thrashy, high-energy elements of Metallica. Very awesome song. I think it's awesome. Even the length, I don't mind. Next up is, so we were talking about how James' least favorite song is Escape. Lars' least favorite is The Frayed Ends of Sanity. I'm actually going to put this in D tier. The chanting or whatever in the beginning of this, I think the riff's kind of cool. I've learned to appreciate this song just because how rare of a song this is. But it doesn't really do it for me. I think it is kind of a filler and a really weird cut off this album, personally. Now, To Live Is To Die, I think, is an extremely underrated track off Injustice. I'm actually going to put it right before Call of Cthulhu and after Fade to Black. I think it's just such an awesome song. Like, pretty much a tribute to Cliff Burton. Really awesome song. I think it's like 8 minutes or something. It's a long one, too. Dyer's Eve, I'm just going to put at S tier. This is so good. My bias might slip through a little bit, but come on. Dyer's, I've been listening to this song lately. Because the thing is, with 72 seasons out, I've kind of gotten back into all the Metallica songs and kind of re-listened to some of the albums. What were they on when they wrote this? I would be surprised if we see this live anytime soon. Probably one of the fastest and thrashiest songs they've ever written, ever. Just amazing. Best album closer. Can we say that? Best Metallica album closer they've ever done? Dyer's Eve. I think it's a fair assessment right there. All right. We are here. We have made it to the album that killed thrash metal, pretty much. The Black Album. A lot of people love this album. A lot of people hate it. I know. I think there's a guy in Exodus who, like, threw it down the stairs or something when it came out. It was pretty funny. I don't mind it. I think it's pretty good. You know, I'm not like a diehard thrash metal or die. I think it's a great album, very good songwriting. I also have to talk about whiplash from the production of Injustice to this. Like, just wild. So enter Sandman. I'm actually gonna put, oh jeez, this is a little rough. I'm gonna put right after Jump in the Fire. I think it's a good song. It's fine. It's a simple riff. It's a little boring, personally. Oh jeez. All right. I'm gonna move it down to C. I talked myself into moving it down to C. I don't know, man. It's just, it is a little boring. It is a little simplistic. Also, tapping into the emotional void did it first. I don't know, man. It's a fine Metallica song, and talk about like an opener as well. Especially if like you don't listen to metal and you're putting this on for the first time. Like, definitely that's gonna be a Metallica fan right there. Sad but true. I'm gonna actually put bottom of C. I actually personally kind of am bored of this song. It's a good song. It's a good heavy riff. I think the production does this song a lot of justice, but personally, I'll even put Damage Inc. over this and everything up above it. Just not really too interesting. A little catchy. The chorus is kind of catchy, but even just like singing sad but true, the phrase, is a little weird itself. But all right, this song kicks ass 100%. This is actually going to go right under Trapped Under Ice. Holier Than Thou. Awesome. I believe this was actually supposed to be the first single of the Black Album. Awesome. Awesome song. So kick-ass. I had the honor of seeing them play this live. The energy, man, is so awesome. All right, The Unforgiven. I have to admit, this is a very, very good song. If you're a thrash metal diehard or not, this is a good one. I'm actually going to put this right before Fade to Black. Amazing songwriting here. Probably the maybe one of the best written songs on the Black Album. I think there might be a couple better ones, but we'll see as we go along here. All right. Wherever I May Roam. Finally, Metallica do a song about the road. Every band at some point needs to do a song about the road, in my opinion. Very awesome. I'm going to put that right after Shortest Straw. Solid song. Great riff. I just don't think it deserves anything like compared to anything off S tier. I feel like you can't compare this song with anything off S tier. I feel like this spot's very justified. Solid song. Very solid song. The Black Album, a lot of solid stuff. But again, I love thrash metal so much, and I'll take that over a lot of the Black Album's material. Don't Tread on Me, just another very heavy, slamming your head against the wall song. I'm going to put it actually right after Eye of the Beholder. Again, great production, heavy, good energy, but doesn't really do it for me personally. Through the Never, I actually was always super annoyed with this riff. I just felt like it was really weird. Like, it sounds like the song's broken and half of the riff is just stuck on a loop. But once it gets out of that into the next riff, it is like, oh, just how thick of a riff. And I think the production does it a lot of justice, but I am going to put this right after Metal Militia. Nothing Else Matters, a classic Metallica song. A lot of people claim one of their best. I personally think they have way better stuff than this. Jeez. I think I'm going to put this at the end of A. No, I can't do that. I just looking at it there, I couldn't. I think kind of the bottom of B tier makes a little more sense. Again, is it better than Jump in the Fire? I'm not. I think so. It's really hard to individually rank these, but this is what I'm feeling. I would say it is. A Wolf and Man is an awesome song. The D side of this record is fantastic. Really, really good. I'm going to put this right after Seek and Destroy, actually. Or no, I'm going to put it right before. I think that makes sense. And I love Trapped Under Ice, man, but this song's so good. A Wolf and Man is awesome. The God That Failed, again, solid stuff. I think it's okay. You know, I think it's better than everything under it, but just a good song. Doesn't really seem like a filler, but it doesn't blow me away either. The God That Failed. My Friend of Misery is, I think, the best song off the Black Album. I would put it right before Four Horsemen. And that might be a little controversial, but just the bass opening. I think I saw something somewhere that they actually wanted this to be an instrumental, which is weird. But really, really good. What a great way to kind of end this album. The Struggle Within. I'm just putting it at the end there. All right. Here we go. After this, a lot of people believe that... All right, here we are. Here is the all the main Metallica albums ranked. All their songs individually ranked. What do you think? I think it's okay. I think it's good. I respect it. I agree with this. I say I agree with this, but we have here every song from the first 5 Metallica albums ranked. A lot of people don't count anything after the Black Album, so to a lot of thrash metal heads, this is probably going to be the tier list that matters right here. So yeah, I'm pretty confident with this. I might switch a couple around, but yeah, I think this reflects my taste pretty well. Now we get to the grunge era of Metallica, where they cut their hair, they're smoking cigars on the back of the record. I don't know what happened. They killed a good amount of their fan base and adopted all that commercial success, but what did it lead them to? It led them to a 4 LP album that is split up into 2 records. I think Load and Reload should have been a single double LP record, but you can't have everything, I guess. But Ain't My Bitch is the first song off Load. I would actually put it right before Enter Sandman. I think it's pretty good. Doesn't really blow me away or anything. I think it's a solid song. Kind of catchy, fun. I personally kind of I really do enjoy Load and Reload. I think there's a lot of great material on there. And again, if it's thrash metal or die, you're probably not going to like most of my choices here. But yeah, I think Load and Reload has some good stuff on it. it's just very, very oversaturated with songs. 2x4 is a good example of that. This song, every time I hear this song, I just think of some guy slamming his head on a 2x4. I'm going to put this in the bottom of D tier. Kind of fun riff, but just way too simplistic. Kind of boring. Could have been a little shorter. I don't know, man. The House Jack Built is one of the greatest songs to come out of Load and Reload. I'm going to put this in the bottom of A tier, actually. I think it is awesome songwriting and extremely underrated. Extremely underrated song. Really good. Give it a re-listen if you can. Until It Sleeps is another classic. I wouldn't say The House Jack Built isn't a classic, but I think this is a really, really good song. I'm actually going to put it... Oh, gee. This is rough. This is hard, man. I'm going to put it right before Metal Militia. I'm going to have to change some of these around, but... Nah, it's going in A tier. It's a great song. It's awesome. Good songwriting. Maybe a little too long, but I think it's good. I think it's one of those songs where Metallica actually like put a lot of effort into, and it shows. It totally does show. King Nothing. I think they played this recently live. Not too crazy about it. I'm going to actually put it at the bottom of B tier. Doesn't really do it for me too much, but it's also got a really catchy hook, really thick riff, very, very catchy song, and just really solid. Just a very simple, solid song. But again, compared to like Dyer's Eve, and Ride the Lightning's good. Enter Sandman's awesome. I'd say Enter Sandman's okay. Maybe awesome is too big of a word, but I think this fits bottom of B tier right here. Hero of the Day. There's a really nice build up and payoff of energy here, but personally, I'm gonna put this in the bottom of D tier. I don't know, man. Not too crazy about this one. A lot of the songs off Load and Reload are just kind of boring and feel a little uninspired to me, even though this song is kind of psychedelic in how it's experimenting with some like elements of songwriting. I don't know, man. I feel like it going through the Metallica filter, it just doesn't really translate all that well. Bleeding Me, on the other hand, is actually pretty good. I'm going to put that right after Sad But True. 8 minutes, though. It's like an 8-minute song, I'm pretty sure. Overstays its welcome. It's way too long. But a good track. A pretty good track. Definitely high energy in this one. Well, it's slow. It's a heavy riff, but you do get that build up and that release, and it is a good amount of energy when you get to that chorus, and so good. I'm totally gonna listen to that after this. Cure. Good riff. Everything else is extremely forgettable, and the lyrics are like, what? And a D tier. Poor Twisted Me. It's kind of a cool intro, but it's really messy and just like the vocal style is a little cringe-esque, but I'd say it's better than Cure. Wasting My Hate kind of feels like a filler, a little boring. The chorus is all right. I'm going to put it right after Cure, honestly. A lot of these songs just don't really do it for me. All right, here we go. The James Hetfield country song. Mama said he actually didn't really want to put this on a Metallica album, but they're like, it is, you are Metallica, you know? I'm going to give this a lot of credit, actually. I think it's pretty good. I don't think it's anything like crazy good, but it's better than like the last 4 songs. I'm going to put it, and, you know, dare I say it, better than Sabbath True and The Struggle Within. And I'm a big fan of outlaw country. Doesn't mean I'm instantly a fan of this song. You know, it's a little, even the music video with James in the back of the truck. But I don't know, man. I still enjoy the songwriting there, and it's definitely very emotional. So I'll give it some points for that. All right, Thorn Within, heavy as shit. This is such a heavy cut. Where was this? I'm actually going to put this right after King Nothing. I think this is an awesome song. So heavy. I am so good. So good. Ronnie got some twang guitar here. Very interesting. I think this is an awesome song, actually. I don't think I've ever really played this live, ever, but listen, man, I think this is nice and snug as a very high tier song. I'm actually going to put it right after Nothing Else Matters. Believe that? Do you believe that? Isn't that a crazy take? All right. The Outlaw. This is what Inamorata should have been. That I'm not sure if I said that right. That's the 11-minute song off 72 Seasons. So good. So good. So heavy. What a great way to close out the record, too. But, yeah. All right. This is Load right here. I'm not, it's a little gross with all, like, the cum. But I'm confident with this. I think, yeah, again, like, the house Jack built might not be as kick-ass as No Remorse, but I just think this is just a better overall song. I think the songwriting here is way better, personally. And Until It Sleeps as well. All right, Reload. God. Fuel. I'm going to need some more fuel if I keep doing this. Awesome way to start an album. We were talking about Kick-Ass earlier. This is Kick-Ass. I'm actually going to put this right after Motor Breath. Really awesome. This is going to be the highest song that gets ranked on this album, so don't worry. Fuel's awesome. You can't deny that's an awesome opener, especially live. And the energy of the song, the length is just perfect. Just get in, get out. The Memory Remains. A lot of people hold the song very high. Personally, I really hate the, like, what's it, like Lars Grandma on it or whatever singing. It's a little weird, personally. I'm actually going to put it right before Damage Inc., which that's a hot take, I believe, but I don't know, man. Devil's Dance. This is like a fun song. Good length, catchy. I'm going to put it right before Memory Remains. An okay Reload song, you know? The Unforgiven 2, I think, is actually really good. I'm going to put it in the bottom of B. Or actually, I'm going to put it right before Sandman. So no one said... To avoid the death threats, I'm just going to put it under Sandman. I think it's a good song. I think it's a good follow-up. I'll say it's a good follow-up to Unforgiven. But I can see how people can hear this and be like, enough's enough. We get it. Too much of a good thing. Better Than You is pretty good. There's not a ton of songs better than this, actually. Really cool vocal effect, though. I'll give it that. It's just the rest of the song is kind of just forgettable. And I'm not really too crazy about it. So I'm going to put it in D tier. All right, Slither's next. This is just pretty much a worse Enter Sandman. Which... I don't know, man. It's fine, you know. It's a little forgettable, a little weird, but it kind of has that weird Enter Sandman trying to reinvent the wheel riff, but I think it's not bad, not too terrible. Because again, Metallica doesn't really have we'll get to it, but Metallica doesn't really have terrible songs. You know what I mean? Like, even their lows are pretty enjoyable, in my opinion. All right, Carp. Very forgettable song. This song doesn't really know what it's trying to be, honestly. I'm going to put it right before Poor Twisted Me. Kind of enjoyable. There's some good parts to it, but again, it's kind of has like a little bit of identity crisis because by the end of the song, you just kind of feel confused. All right, Bad Seed. Pretty much just feels like... I feel like Bad Seed is the warning of what's to come. This is a Saint Anger song that pretty much slipped onto Reload. I want to put this at F tier, actually. I don't think this is good. I love how he just did a speech about there's not really any bad Metallica songs. Bad Seed is a bad seed. All right, where the Wild Things Are, I'm going to actually put at the bottom of A tier. This is a fantastic song, amazing songwriting. Yeah, it's not, open E, but it's still awesome. I just think the lyrics are really cool. The chorus is, like, weirdly trippy. Like, this song, just you put it on, it just brings you to a place. It's really, really cool. And not a lot of songs can do that. I think, of course, some of the more thrashier stuff definitely is better. But Where the Wild Things Are is one of the most underrated Metallica songs. And maybe like a top 3 most underrated Metallica song of all time. Very, very good. I'll definitely give Reload some love there. Prince Charming isn't that bad either. The verse actually kind of reminds me of Screaming Suicide off 72 Seasons. But again, nothing really too crazy. I'm going to put it right after 2x4, personally. Low Man's Lyric, kind of cool. Way, way too long. This song actually kind of reminds me of Guns N' Roses a little bit. Not really that good, personally. I don't think it's, especially after Where the Wild Things Are. You can't win them all. They can't all be zingers. But and that goes for Attitude as well. This song is not the best. The only thing really interesting about it is the lyrics. I'm going to put that in the bottom of D tier. Just like a filler to like a 4 LP record, it feels like. It's just ridiculous. I don't know, man. Just not too good attitude. Fixer, I know a lot of people obsess over this one. Seriously, I think this was only played live a few times. This is the closing track. I'm going to be honest, I'm not crazy about this. I've never really gotten the hype to Fixer. Maybe I have to listen to it a few more times, but it's just very long. I don't think it's very justified in its length, but it's not a bad song either. I'm gonna put it between Sabatru and The Struggle Within. All right, here we are. This is kind of the period where it's like, okay, Metallica doesn't really have any awful records. All their albums are pretty good. Yeah, you know, they're kind of chasing that commercial dollar a little bit. And the cover art's a little disgusting, but hey, it's Metallica. You can definitely get that good songwriting in there. Not bad, not terrible. All right, as you can see, load isn't too high overall. Of course, you got Feel the House Jack Built, Until It Sleeps, Where the Wild Things Are, I think are the 4 best songs off those 2 records. Ronnie, I actually like quite a lot. Thorn Within, King Nothing, I think are really good. But compared to the overall picture, I think they are on the half and lower half of Metallica's discography. Thankfully, I did bring the holy water for the next album I'm going to rank individually. Jesus Christ. Why is this a double LP? This is a double album, you know. This is 2 LPs. Oh my God. Oh. I'm all right, I'll say this about Saint Anger, all right? I don't think it's terrible. All right? Compared to previous albums, compared to the albums before Saint Anger's dog shit. Especially disc 2 or whatever, but I think Frantic and the first few tracks are actually pretty solid. Of course, snare aside. I think there's some good vocal moments for James, but some of the songwriting just kind of isn't there. You can definitely feel the tension in the room just listening to this album, but without further ado, let's rank every song off Saint Anger and see where it fits into Metallica's larger discography. Frantic. Pretty cool riff. A lot of fun. I'm going to put it... God damn it. I'm going to put it at the bottom of C, actually. You know? Yeah. I think it's... The songwriting is actually not terrible here. I just think personally, like, it doesn't really hold up to the rest of the stuff. And just like the kind of frantic tick tick tick, it's a little corny, but it's kind of fun. Like I kind of dig it a little bit. Saint Anger, I'm gonna put right under Frayed Ends. Good song, or not? It's a fine song. It's an okay track. It's cool. It's a cool song. Again, Saint Anger, like, I appreciate Saint Anger. I would love to hear Saint Anger live. I'd love to hear Frantic live and some of these other songs off the album, but God, is the second disc painful. Some Kind of Monster. I'm going to put actually right after Saint Anger. Not bad. Pretty cool. I like it. I like the vibe of this song. I like where this song kind of takes you. Yeah. Uh, there's a lot of shit elements of this album that you cannot help but bring up the snare and the whatnot. But I think some kind of nuance. There's like a pretty cool song. I think it's a pretty awesome song, actually. Dirty Window. I'm actually going to put boom. This is going to be don't worry, this is going to be the highest song ranked off Saint Anger. I think this song is awesome. I think live, it's fantastic. It was really hearing this song live that made me appreciate it. And I wasn't like there personally. They put out a video on YouTube. I'm really glad some of these songs are getting the live treatment because a lot of them could be redeemed. Dirty Window is a pretty awesome, fun song, actually. I think it's good. A good fourth cut off this record. All right, Invisible Kid is next. This song sounds like it was written by a fourth grader on a notebook. Well, they should have been paying attention in history class. It's such bottom of the barrel songwriting. I'm gonna put it like N to D, and I feel like I'm even doing justice to this song a little bit by putting it this high. Like, I don't know, man. It's just when you look at Invisible Kid, you know, Invisible Kid and Dyer's Eve pretty much have the same, like, just teen angst, you know, the same subject matter, but this is how you do it, and this is how you don't do it. Like Invisible Kid. So funny. My World isn't terrible. I'll put it over Invisible Kid, though. The whispering to the screaming is actually pretty cool and interesting for Metallica. But there isn't a ton I can say about Saint Anger. Just pretty boring and filler. Shoot Me Again. That's what I was saying while I was listening to this song. This song is just so painfully weird. Just James going, shoot me again. I don't know. I don't even want to say it. I'm going to put it over Bad Seed and F tier. Just weird. Just weird for Metallica. It just doesn't seem right. It's not really comfortable. It's not good also. There's so many negative elements of Shoot Me Again. And even the main, like, catchy hook that was supposed to be catchy is just comes off as just cringy and weird. And I don't know, man, just not really my thing personally. Sweet Amber lyrics are kind of cool, but that's literally it. I'm going to put that above Invisible Kid for that reason alone. That's the thing. If anyone ever does this, there must be a few videos out there of people ranking Saint Anger individually. Like, instead of like S, A, B, it should just be literally like D, C, D, F. I think that's the proper lettering for this record. All right, next song, The Unnamed Feeling. I'll be honest, you sound actually pretty drunk while recording and writing this. I'm going to put it bottom of F, personally. Just you listen to this, it's like, what are you doing? Like, it seems like they're not even trying. And it's just like, why is this album 2 discs? It just makes no sense, but, you know, I'm not Metallica, so who knows? All right, Purify. Actually, kind of a catchy chorus. I don't mind it too much. Not a terrible song. I'm going to put it right after Carp, actually. I'm glad they had something that's at least all right in the bottom tier, the bottom of the track list. All right, next track, thank God, last song off Saint Anger. All Within My Hands. I think it's about how James is a control freak. I actually really like this one. I'm gonna put it right after Saint Anger. I think it's actually really cool and a nice closer to a dreadfully terrible record. But yeah, there we go. Saint Anger. All right, we did it. And it's crazy. Here's something else about Saint Anger. You know, I'm making this video in 2023. Right now, the newest Metallica album, and a lot of people think, 72 Seasons is going to be the last Metallica record. I don't think it is. Here we are. Oh, God. I'm not sure how I feel about this. This is giving me a headache. Yeah, here we go. This is ridiculous that I'm doing this personally, but all right. Next up, we have Death Magnetic. Death Magnetic is kind of a return to form for Metallica, where it's like, all right, let's just get back on track. Let's get Rick Rubin in here. Let's just go back to our roots. Let's just be Metallica. The production on here is awful. It is so terrible. I really don't like it. I've said before that I feel like this album's kind of a mix between the Black Album and Injustice for All, but I'm not sure if I still agree with that, just because it's not as thrashy as Injustice for All, but it has a lot more of those thick riffs you get off the Black Album. Personally, I think Death Magnetic is a fantastic album, and I'll say it right here. Death Magnetic is the last great Metallica album that ever came out. So there you go. All right. First song, that was Just Your Life. Pretty cool, fun opening track. I'm going to put this right before Phantom Lord. No, I'll put it between. I think I'll put it right after Phantom Lord. Pretty awesome way to open a record. Awesome energy. It's like Metallica's back. This is what I want in a Metallica song. Here we go. Let's see what the rest of the record is. Maybe this record should have been a single LP, but I don't know. There's no terrible songs on this record, so always an awesome listen. It's just Rick Rubin kind of butchered this record. He kind of, I feel like the production, it's just the clipping and peaking and how loud of an album this is. At least Injustice, like, yeah, there's no bass and they kind of scooped out but it's like, at least it's not like blowing your head off. At least it's not killing your speakers. I don't know, man. It's Death Magnetic, I think, is way more down bad. Death Magnetic is more down bad than Injustice for All in terms of production. It's my opinion personally. The End of the Line is the second track. Again, we're continuing with that energy and quality, and it's just like, yes, like, let's go. I'm actually going to put it right before Metal Militia. Again, great song. Does it have to be over 7 minutes? No, but good song. Just good song overall. Just very middle road. Great track. And it's so refreshing after going through Saint Anger or Load and Reload. And it's crazy how, like, fans were, like, pretty split on this one. And now that, we have Hardwired in 72, everyone's like, oh, Death Magnetic is awesome. But it's like, come on. Where was the love when it came out? All right. The third track off Death Magnetic is Room of Mirrors. Oh, my bad. Broken, Beaten, Scarred. Pretty good. Nothing special. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to put it right before Eye of the Beholder. Again, not too insane. Kind of little slope in quality as we go into this record, but pretty awesome. Very fun. A lot of long songs on this, but who cares? Like, Metallica's back. They sound awesome. We're finally getting thrash metal from them again, and just solid. I feel like solid is a pretty good way to describe the third track off this record. All right, next song, "The Day That Never Comes." I'm gonna say to everyone who hates me for where I might put this, sorry. I think this is a amazing song. I'm gonna put this in the bottom of S tier. I did it. I did that. That was a real thing I just did. S tier. Death Magnetic. And it's like, listen, it's not like because a lot of people are like, oh, this guy must have been the first Metallica album he ever bought, and, bias. The first new Metallica album I ever got was actually Hardwired. And I actually listened to Death Magnetic after Hardwired because I heard it wasn't really that good compared to Hardwired. "The Day That Never Comes" is so awesome. Maybe one of the most underrated Metallica songs. Beautiful. The second part of this song is just insane. How it starts and where it goes. Just perfect. I wouldn't change a note in this song. Insanely good. Insanely good. Probably, it's my hottest take on this whole list. "The Day That Never Comes." S tier. "All Nightmare Long." Boom. We got another banger here. Very, very good. Maybe a little long. I think this is like kind of the 7-minute mark here. I'm going to put it right after "Hit the Lights." And again, A tier. Like, very good. This is a good, compared to their old stuff, like, still pretty good. Still hanging in there, But yeah, all right. "All Nightmare Long" is awesome, really catchy chorus, and just thrashy and fun, and always a great listen. Maybe a little long, but I think it's justified. I think it really is. "Cyanide," "Screaming Suicide," "Cyanide." Pretty good. Nothing crazy. I know a lot of people really like this one. I'm going to put this right before "Broken." Again, it's like, if they just whittled this album down, I feel like if some of these songs were like the 4 or 5 minute mark, they would just be, this album would be cherished. Imagine Death Magnetic as a single LP, how good that would be. But I don't know. I digress. Okay. "The Unforgiven 3." This is completely unneeded. I don't know. Did this need... I guess we have a trilogy now of "The Unforgiven." This is kind of dead weight on the album, and I don't think it was really justified. But I'm seeing where I put "The Unforgiven 2." Oh, God. "Unforgiven 2", is that off? Okay, it's right there. I'll put it right before "Fixer." It's good. Again, it's the lowest point of the record, in my opinion. It didn't really need to be made. Seemed a little forced, and like, all right, let's just make it a trilogy. People like the other one. Hey, remember the Black Album? That's all that song really is. All right, next song, the Judas Kiss. Cool riff, really cool riff, but again, too long and kind of just forgettable. It's like, the thing is, if you're gonna make a song that either hits or doesn't, if it doesn't hit and it's like 4 minutes, it's like, all right, it's whatever. But this song is just way too long. But it's still good. Like, it's still a really good song. I'm actually gonna put it right before Dirty Window, which might be a little controversial, but I think it fits very cozy right there. All right, we have 2 more tracks off Death Magnetic, and God, this is a marathon. Why did I do this? I don't know why I made this commitment. Suicide and Redemption. One of the greatest instrumentals Metallica ever wrote. I'm actually going to... I'm going to put it right after To Live Is To Die. There you go. There's a hot take for you. Amazing songwriting. Some of the best solos you can find in the band. So good. Fantastic instrumental. What can I say? I love those instrumentals here. One last song, My Apocalypse, off Death Magnetic, the song to close out the record. One of the most underrated tracks off Metallica's discography, period. I'm not sure how much of the lore you know about this song, but there's actually some reused Exodus riffs in this. Kirk Hammett was pulling riffs from early 80s for this one. And God, is this like a thrashy awesome. It's almost like a sequel to Dyer's Eve almost. Dare I say, I'm going to put it after Shortest Straw. Or I'll put it right before Orion. Yeah. Awesome stuff. If this was if My Apocalypse was on Kill 'Em All, who knows what people would say about it. I think it kind of has that, that stench and Death Magnetic and Rick Rubin coat of paint on it that really turns a lot of people off. But My Apocalypse is a banger. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right. There we go. 2 more albums. Oh, my God. 2 more records. All right. This is a cool list. All right. Let's continue. Hardwired to Self-Destruct. This is the middle child of... Magnetic and 72 Seasons. This is a weird album. Personally, my first new Metallica album. This album actually means a lot to me. I got into Metallica after Death Magnetic came out. So to like experience a new Metallica release was really awesome and fun. And I do enjoy it. And I played it to death when I first got it. I still really like it. I do think Death Magnetic is the better album. But there's a lot of good ones on this. And a couple sleepers. But also some dead ends. There are some filler of filler tracks on this record. So, hey, let's get into this behemoth of an album here. All right, Hardwired. Pretty awesome start. Really fun. Is it better than That Was Just Your Life? I wouldn't say so. I'd put it right before Metal Militia, actually. It's fun, short, gets to the point, but I feel like there's more substance in Metal Militia, No Remorse, Pulling Teeth. But a good, solid track. Nothing's really wrong with it, but there's nothing about it that really stands out. Atlas Rise. This is actually a really fun one. I really like this song. I really do like it a lot. Um, I'm going to put it right before Phantom Lord. It's a good one. Fun song. A lot of cool elements to it. I think its length is very justified. Quite a sing-along song also, but just a good, solid Metallica song where they're really figuring out like a good... With Atlas Rise, Metallica's really figuring out how to like write songs again. Like they're finding a comfortable point. They're getting very comfortable with their songwriting, after getting out of Saint Anger, and I feel like they felt like Death Magnetic wasn't that good, but I don't know. I think it's Rick Rubin who was the problem, but Atlas Rise is very, very good. All right, next song, Now That We're Dead. Pretty good, very long song. That's going to be a theme in this of like, why is this song so long? Now That We're Dead's pretty good. It's not terrible. I'm going to actually put it right before Enter Sandman. The lyrics are a little weird. The riff's good. It's just, it's solid, but it's just a little like, it's kind of just going in circles the whole time. But for everything it is good, headbangy, fun, a solid third track. Moth into Flame, Lady Gaga, Grammys. I think that ruined this song for me. And again, I can listen to it still. I'm actually going to put this right after Atlas Rise. It's a great song. It has great energy. The riff's really good. The build up, the chorus, everything about it, the song structure's there. But personally, I just have more fun with Phantom Lord and All Nightmare Long. It doesn't really go past that membrane, but for what it is, it's just good song structure and just a really fun song. Dream No More, extremely heavy. We got another song about Cthulhu here. Pretty good. Heavy. Not a ton to say about this. Good lyrics. I'm going to put this actually right between... Oh, God. I'm going to put it right after Metal Militia. I just love how heavy this song is. And personally, I think the lyrics are great, and the heavy element of this track holds up to some of their better stuff. I think this is a better than average Metallica song. Pretty good start to this record so far. Dream No More. Halo on Fire. I personally think this is one of the Halo on Fire is one of the best tracks on the album. I'm actually gonna put it right after All Nightmare Long. I think it's really good. I think there's a lot of awesome elements to it. It's definitely an epic. It's always fun playing this one. I hope to see it live. Always a great listen. Halo on Fire. All right, we have reached disc 2 of this album, and that's where it really falls off for me personally. Disc 2, Confusion, which is just kind of I Am Evil but worse. It's I Am Evil mixed with 1 pretty much. Um, the some of the chorus is cool. It just goes on way too long. It's a marathon getting through the song. Uh, I'm gonna put this right before Frayed ends. Actually, good track, but doesn't really hold up too much, and it's just again like just going in circles pretty much. Man, unkind. I think this is about mayhem, which is so weird. Or some, at least in the music video, it's mayhem. I'm actually gonna put this right before Saint Anger, and I hate to do it. It's not a bad song, but it's way too long. The riff is kind of weird at times, and how the song evolves and the structure of it doesn't really make sense. And when you get to like the middle of the song, you're really just thinking like, what am I doing? You know, like what is happening? What is supposed to be? What is the direction this song is trying to go in? So I don't know. I actually do prefer some of the stuff off Saint Anger to Man Unkind personally. But all right, next up, Here Comes Revenge. Some of the dumbest lyrics. It's like, here comes revenge. Revenge is coming for you. Revenge. It's just very repetitive, and I don't remember the length of this song, but it's probably on the longer side. I'm actually going to put this right. I'll put it right in the middle there. I'll put it right after 2x4. I don't know. I'll take Man Unkind over Here Comes Revenge any day. It's like, if this album was a single LP, it would have been awesome. It would have been really, really good. But unfortunately, that's not the case. This is an insane list I'm looking at. This is anxiety, right? I cannot handle what I'm looking at. This is... I don't think I can handle this personally, but now let's keep going. Am I Savage? It's actually not too bad. I'm going to put this after Frantic. Not too terrible. Again, this album with this too kind of just falls off, unfortunately, and I hate to say it because this album means a lot to me, but again, like thinking of the big picture here, and like I'll take Damage Inc. I'll take Escape over Am I Savage personally, but I don't know, man. It's just it's how the cookie crumbles, the Metallica cookie. Murder One. Unfortunately, this was a song about Lemmy. It's a little weird. Maybe the worst Metallica solo ever. Kirk Hammett's trying to make it sound like a slot machine, but it's just like, it just kind of sounds awful to the ears. I don't know, man. Murder One is probably, I'll put it right after Poor Twisted Me, actually, and I hate to do it, you know. And yeah, I love Lem. I think Lemmy's awesome. It's kind of a cool idea, like doing a track about him after his death, but it's just the structure of the song just makes no sense. Okay, we are at the finish line almost. We have the last track off Hardwired, Spit Out the Bone. Spit Out the Bone. When I heard this song for the first time, my head exploded. This is an awesome Metallica song. Yep, we're scrolling up here. We're scrolling up. No more DNF. Let's see. I'm going to put this after Horseman. I'm going to put Spit Out the Bone after the Four Horsemen, or Mechanics, whatever, you know. I love Spit Out the Bone. I think this is awesome. This is just almost like a more upbeat and faster The Day That Never Comes. Awesome song structure, amazing solo, perfect length. It's like you listen to this and it's like, okay, Metallica's still there. They're still there. You know, that drive, that speed, it still exists. And it exists in Spit Out the Bone, the last great song Metallica ever wrote. Oh, so good. It's like dream song to see right here. Very, very good. And again, like, this order is a disaster. God knows. If I was to sit here for a week and like slowly change things around, God knows what this would look like. But it's a thing. It's a tier list. It's a tier list. Okay, we're here at 72 seasons. Instead of doing a video on 72 seasons, reviewing it and talking about the album, I thought it would be a better idea to just rank every Metallica song, because there's so many people out there who are doing 72 season reviews and 72 season song tier list. So it's like, might as well just rank everything and just be out of the box and compare it to the whole discography, talk about every song individually. Now that the songs and the album's fresh, it came out a few weeks ago, I feel like it's a good time. And now that I've listened to it a ton and I feel like I've digested the album, it's a good time to talk about it. So 72 seasons, all right? Lux Eterna came out. I'm like, okay. Should I do the singles first? I think I should do the singles first. Nah, I think I'll do... What the... Yeah, this is not in order. Okay, I'm just going to... All right, I'm going to put this in order. All right, 72 seasons. I have the track listing in order. I'm just going to do it in order, the album, instead of doing the singles first. But, oh my God, I'm so drained from this. This was a marathon, man. This is rough. Okay. 72 seasons. Title track. 72 seasons is awesome. I love it. Kicks ass. Great energy. A little long, but I think it's pretty good. If it was a little shorter, could have been way, way up there. But I'm going to put it right after That Was Just Your Life. Really, really solid track. A little long, but the riff, the 72 seasons gone, and then it goes into the riff, is so awesome. I love it so much. That was like the single I heard where it's like, okay, let's see. Now I'm hyped. Now I'm hyped for this album. But great opener. Very good opener. Probably the best opener. Yeah, I'd say it's the best opener of the last three modern Metallica records. But yeah, 72 seasons. Shadows Follow. I know a lot of people were kind of mixed on this. A lot of people actually didn't really like this one. I love how like the riff's a little demented almost, and the energy's there, and it's such an awesome headbangy song, and I think it's really awesome. It's a little Death Magnetic-y. I'm actually gonna put it in B tier right after Broken Beat and Scarred. I think it's that awesome. Really, really good track. And that's a little controversial. I know a lot of people are kind of bashing this one, but I was like listening to this being like, yes, this is what I want. This is the Metallica album I want. But let's see where the rest of the album takes us. Oh God. Screaming Suicide, pretty good, almost a little British New Wave-esque. Just a good, solid song. I'm going to put it, this is hard. I'm gonna put it right before Atlas Rise. I think it's a good track. A lot of people weren't really crazy about it, um, but Screaming Suicide, it's one I actually enjoy quite a lot, and it's grown on me a lot. But pretty good, yeah. I'd put it up against Jump in the Fire, The God That Failed, Ride the Lightning. I might have to move that at some point, but yeah, I think it fits there. Even Cyanide, but yeah, Screaming Suicide. Also, they do. I think he does say James does James Hetfield does sing Cyanide at some point in the song. I'm pretty sure, and it's like, come on. I hate something. And I'll get to this later. I hate when bands do that. When they reference lyrics in other lyrics, it's just a little annoying, and it feels a little. It's very creatively bankrupt, in my opinion. All right, Sleepwalk My Life Away. All right, Sleepwalk My Life Away. I'm losing my mind doing this. This was the kind of the Rob song. Not really crazy about this personally. I saw a lot of people like rank this actually really high on like in terms of like ranking this entire record. I'm going to put it right before The Memory Remains, and I feel like I'm kind of doing justice to this. Way too long, not super interesting, a little forgettable. The riff's pretty good, though. It does have some redeeming elements, but I don't know, man. Just not really my thing personally. You Must Burn, which is, I'm pretty sure, about cancel culture. I'm not sure if this is connected to Metallica getting canceled themselves when this whole TikTok thing took off with Stranger Things, but good riff. I wish it was a little more fuzzier. Way too long, though. It's just a heavy riff with no real bones and meat on it. You know, there isn't really a ton of stuff to work with on this track. I don't know, man. It's just not really super my thing. It's a heavy riff that just goes on and on and on, and it's not justified. You know, it's not like we're dealing with Electric Wizard here or something. And especially when you compare it to Thing That Should Not Be and other heavy Metallica songs. But I'm actually gonna I'm gonna put this right before Fixer. You Must Burn. Lux Eterna is a nice return to form for Metallica, doing some early influence stuff. Fast, short, kill 'em all. I know a lot of people are like obsessing with the song when it first dropped. Maybe could have been something off Kill 'Em All. I don't know. I'm actually going to put this right on top of B tier. I think it's just short, sweet, awesome, really good. I just don't think it makes that A tier. I think it's like just the perfect, top of B tier song. Oh God damn it! I'm oh no! I'm rethinking this now. I don't know, man. It actually is pretty good. It's catchy. It's an awesome riff, but it didn't really grab me as much as a lot of people do. Yeah, all right. I'll put it at the end of A. All right, there. Are we happy? End of A. Not bad. All right. Crown of Barbed Wire. Whoa, what's going on? All right, I think it's just bugged. Cool lyrics, but again, just doesn't really do anything for me. And it's just kind of like this 72 Seasons just kind of reminds me of a sequel to reload. It's like load, reload, and 72. I feel like this could have been a trilogy of records here, and it definitely sounds like it's something off load or reload. It's not bad, you know, but I don't know, man. I'll put it in C tier personally. I just don't think it has that extra. It needs the extra something. It needs a shorter length. Personally, the solo isn't really there for me. I don't know, man. I feel like some of the songs that people were really, really into on this record, I wasn't really into myself. But again, not a bad song. Even You Must Burn. I really like them. And it's crazy. It blows my mind that these are the songs they're playing live now. And again, like, in the time of recording this, they've only played 2 shows. But I don't know. Very interesting. Very interesting record. Chasing Light. All right. Album's getting good now. I love this song. Very, very good. I'm going to put this... I'm going to put this right under Shadows Follow, actually. Just solid. Fun. Catchy. The length's justified. It's fun. It's what you want to hear in a Metallica song. Just a solid B tier track, you know? Chasing Light's a great song. The chorus is so good and really cool. And a good message, too. A lot of this record has a really good message to it. If Darkness Had a Sun, I actually really enjoy this. A lot of people found this to be kind of boring. I'll put it right before Cyanide, actually. Actually, I'll put them in the middle. Yeah, I think that's a good fit. It's good. It's a good B tier Metallica song. I don't think it really has anything more than that, though. It's a little long. I think if it was a little shorter, it might be a little higher. But Darkness Had a Sun, it's a good track. You can really see where this album is compared to their whole discography, just because of like the piss yellow coloring of this record. It's just, I'm not sure. I've heard a lot of people say they actually do really like the album cover now because it, like, the yellow stands out. Personally, the new guy doing the album covers, he did Death Magnetic as well and Hardwired. I'm not really into his stuff. I don't know, man. It's just not really for me, and I don't really think it represents the music of Metallica. But that's between Lars and the artist, whatever his name is. Too Far Gone. This is a good one. Am I too far gone right now? Who knows? Probably, after doing this for 2 hours or however long it's been. This is good. I like this song a lot. I'm gonna actually put this right before the end of the line. Just good, great message too. And the riff and the solo's really there. The lyrics are there. The vocals are really good. Just very solid. Again, a very solid B-tier Metallica track. Room of Mirrors. Here we go. This was the song where I remember listening to this album, for the first time, and it's kind of a marathon. Right when that guitar harmony kicked in, I'm like, oh my God. Like I was saying with Spit Out the Bone, it's like they're still in there. Metallica's still there. It's still, they can still write those beautiful melodies and just memorable riffs and awesome songs. And Room of Mirrors is really good. Not one of the best riffs I've ever heard, but not a bad one either. I think I'll put this right between No Remorse and Pulling Teeth, honestly. I think it's that good. It's a good track. It's a really, really good track. Yeah. Here we go. Room of Mirrors. All right. Oh, my God. Oh. All right. Last song off 72 Seasons. Last song on this whole list. Inamorata. The longest song Metallica has ever written. The longest song Metallica has ever written. This song was definitely kind of a marathon to get through. It's kind of like bar rock, kind of, but it is really, really enjoyable. I actually really do like it. Um, this song has grown on me a ton, actually. I really like the pacing of it. I really like the little middle interlude they do. I actually don't really mind the length too much. I don't think the length's justified, but personally, I don't really care. Um, I hate how this song reuses a line off My Friend of Misery. Yeah, Misery Loves Company, I think, was the line. And they say it in this song or something. And even Room of Mirrors, they say broken, beaten, scarred. It's like, I don't know, man. I like when songs really just stand on their own and really have no other connection. Unless it's like a conceptual thing, you know. Inamorata, though, I would honestly put all... I'm going to put it... I'm going to put it right after Fixer, actually. I think it's pretty good. I know I did say it. There's a song... Yeah. I believe Thorn Within is like just kind of a better version of it. But again, pretty good. I don't know, man. So here it is. Every single Metallica song ranked on a tier list. How wrong am I? How terrible is this list? I don't think it's too bad. I think it's a good rough representation of my music taste when it comes to all of Metallica's music. You know, again, the C, D, and F, yeah, I don't think these songs are quite great, but S, A, and B, I think these are some pretty good songs. S tier, yeah, I agree with this. Even Death Magnetic being up there, which I know is a very, very hot take, but whatever. Pretty cool, though. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me on this marathon. This has been extremely painful. If there's any other bands you want to see me rank their entire discography individually like this, let me know in the comments. I definitely want to do something on the Ozzy era Black Sabbath songs. I think that would be awesome, with Black Sabbath being one of my favorite bands of all time. Let me know if you want to see more of these. This was a I almost said this was a ton of fun, but I'm in serious pain right now. This was a hike, man. This was something. But there isn't a ton of stuff out there like this, and I think it's a really fun thing to do. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. But thank you so much for watching. This is not going to be on Spotify, but on my channel, there's plenty of interviews. I interview a ton of metal artists, some amazing conversations. Check those out. Those interviews are also on Spotify. So check out Disturbing the Priest on Spotify. A lot of extended interviews there. I'll usually add some extra before and after the interview. But yeah, definitely like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'm Brandon Battick, and this is Disturbing the Priest.